But I've got to thank Ian for, I guess, conditioning everyone to the Australian accent, so hopefully this won't sound too weird. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for giving me this opportunity to spend a few minutes and talk to you a little bit about where we see TETRA going in the future. And what I would like to do is personally extend a welcome to you to our booth later on. We'd love to go through a lot of our exciting new products and technologies and show you what we're... So what I'm going to quickly talk to you about is what we saw as the first 10 years where TETRA's came from, what's made it successful in this business, what's next, which I think is really the subject of this meeting and the subject of our booth, and how we're making that happen, what role we play in that. If you look at the first 10 years of TETRA, this technology now is deployed all around the world. We've talked about how many countries it's in. You can see the map here. It's clearly a very, very successful, albeit a very new technology. 10 years is very young in a maturity curve of any technology, especially one that's in the industries of public safety, and I'll show you in a few more slides, and as you saw a few minutes ago in all the presentations, many other industries. TETRA was designed primarily for public safety. Interestingly enough, the first application, the first customer was an airport. It has now evolved to much more than that. We saw 3 very, very interesting examples before. Most exciting to us now is that as we're building our footprint in public safety, we're now finding the markets in more a commercial enterprise environment growing at far rapid rates than ever before. And what would be experienced in public safety, where you would imagine the public user base around the world for policing gets limited by actually how many police forces. Now expanding it beyond that into the economic areas of policing, oil and gas, airports, etc., means TETRA will now benefit from a much, much bigger... This is probably an interesting chart. TETRA was founded a while ago. There was 4 founding members. There was 4 industry people, and then there was the Dutch police and the UK Home Office. Motorola is now the only founding member left in this industry. I think that's a testament to our heritage in public safety and communications. Today, the industry has grown. We've now got over 150 members in this association, so we clearly are a growing and evolving and a supported standard. What makes this so successful? Unique features. Our customers clearly need unique features. They're not satisfied and cannot do their jobs using generally public networks. Also, it's a long-term mindset. We have customers, whether it be TETRA or a lot of our other digital technologies that we've had relationships with that go way back beyond 75 years, 3/4 of a century. So there's definitely a long-term commitment needed to make these things work. And then obviously promoting the technology and a standard. But technology, we think now, is probably a redundant term in where this is headed. So what we see is we need to seamlessly connect all of you. We've got to give you real-time information to enable you to do your jobs. And it's got to be in your hands. It's got to be smart data in your hands when and how you need it. It's what we call technology that's second nature. So you can focus, and you can imagine this. You need to do what you need to do in your job. You do not need to be worrying about how you get that done. So when you come to our booth later on, we'll show you how we intend to do that and carry that message forward. Customers want more, clearly. Applications, bandwidth, features, you can read the chart. Part of you giving more sometimes means giving you less. When you come to our booth, we'll be very happy and proud to show you the world's smallest TETRA radio, our covert radio, which is just being released at this show. Not that much bigger than a cellular telephone today. Fully encrypted TETRA radio, fully featured. So what's next? We like to put this under an umbrella that we can share with our customers, one that we've built up in conjunction working with our customers. TETRA originally started by being built as a network where we had to get a footprint built. So it started off initially building voice networks all around the world, building acceptance for the standard, building all the features that would make this a robust, resilient network in times of emergency. And I think this testament of how many countries are using TETRA, how many customers says that has been achieved. The next thing was, as the footprint's being built, people want to start experimenting and using data on these networks. We're extremely proud that this event for the first time outside of Europe is held in Hong Kong, which is home of one of the world's best police forces, Hong Kong Police. And it's using a very, very advanced command and control system and using one of our second-generation data application server programs. So as customers started building a footprint, then started using data applications through that, they get hungry for bandwidth. It's where TEDS comes into it. We're currently deploying a network in Norway, which is the world's first TEDS network. That will now give customers access to far more bandwidth, and you start to do a lot more as a network as you start doing voice data and running different applications on that. And clearly that's not enough. What will happen going forward is we see definitely the need to be using your resilient, dedicated mission-critical network, but then using other networks, whether they be WiMAX, Wi-Fi, or another bearer, so you can do full motion video. So as the users' sophistication increases in what do you want to use this network for, we're going to be leveraging on and off many, many different networks. We are showing this actually in practice at our booth. We've got a motor vehicle there. We're showing WiMAX, Wi-Fi. We've got TETRA there and TEDS, so you can see how this all works. And we've got illustrative pictorials and moving pictures, so you can actually see the difference it makes running on the different types of things. So how do we make this happen? We're currently on our 3rd generation of this application server process. So we've got many, many customers around the world that we've worked with, and listening to those customers and our partners, we've been migrating and working and building on this. So this is not just a vision of the future, this is here today. Very real in this country and many, many other countries around the world. And as I said, we're on our 3rd generation of this now, and we're very happy to show you that later on at our stand. So Hong Kong Police, here we are in Hong Kong. Feel very safe, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very, very safe and bold police city. We've got a very sophisticated system here, a TETRA system, a Hong Kong CC3 system, using our TETRA IP protocol, and also using a lot of our messaging data services. So whether we're talking being in the headquarters, whether we're talking about officers on the street, on the beat, etc., it's all about how the future's being delivered today. It's very real, and it's in here, in this country. So with that, we'd like to close off. Phil, I don't want to run over your time, but we'd like to extend a welcome to everybody in the audience to come to our booth. We'd love to spend the time to talk to you about how, what, and where the future's going, show you it in practice, and share a lot more about our products there. Thank you. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, absolutely.